Welcome to another episode of Your Real Life Organized. Today, I'm going to show you how you can use Informant to keep track of everything having to do with your fuzzy friends. If you have dogs, cats, mice, an iguana, whatever kind of pets you have, you know that there are a ton of things that you have to keep up with. And I'm going to show you some things that you can do to make keeping up with that stuff a little bit easier. First, we're going to show you how to create a trigger. I use triggers mainly for vet appointments because I know that I am going to have to create lots of these types of appointments. So what you'll do is you'll go into your Informant settings, and then you're going to tap on Calendars, Triggers, and More, and then Manage Triggers. To create a new trigger, you'll just push that plus sign in the top right. Since I already have these created, I'm just going to show you how I have them set up. So I have one for cat and one for dog because I've got both and I have to set vet appointments for them both. And then what I've done is I've named the actual trigger Cat Vet, but it's Vet for Kitty, which is what will show up on my calendar when I use this trigger to set the appointments. I've got my vet already set in the address section. I gave the trigger the little kitty cat icon so that when I just glance at my calendar, I can see it really easily. You can also change the color or sensitivity of the triggers. I personally don't mess with that just because I just need to see the little cat icon. But definitely if it helps you, you can change that stuff right there. The other thing that you can do is this is for events. If I'm setting a vet appointment on my calendar as an event, this is what I will use to set that appointment. If you want to use it in your tasks, you can actually set it up so that when you use that trigger as a task, you can save it automatically to a project that you have in your tasks. Mine is called Pet Stuff. And you just hit this drop down. It'll actually show you all of the projects that you have in your Informant, and you can just set that there. Once you have everything set, you're going to tap Save, and then I will show you how this works when you go to use it on the calendar. So let's say you have a vet appointment today. You can tap that plus sign. Whoops, we're on tasks. You can tap this plus sign, tap Event, and then you can, in the title field, hit this drop down. And let's say you have the cat appointment for your vet. So see, it puts that I have a vet for my kitty appointment. It has the address already listed. You can change the time to whatever your vet appointment is. And then you can change the calendar. I'm going to put it in my pet's calendar. And then I'm just going to hit save. So it just makes it super easy for items that you need to put in your calendar more than once. It makes it really easy to just go ahead and automatically fill in all of that information for you. Another thing that you can do, so let's say you've got you just want to see your pet stuff on the calendar. You've got your filter button here, which is this circle on the left with the 3 lines. If you tap this, you can actually turn off every single calendar except for the pet calendar. It's going to make your calendar look a bit scarce, but it will only show you the things that you have set for your pets, which just makes it easier if you're just wanting to see what you have for that particular day regarding your pets. You can set that filter and just see what you have for that day. Now, I am always a die-hard projects fan, and I think I've shown you projects so many times, but it's so helpful for me. So this is an actual project that I have that I use every day for my pets. I went ahead and uncompleted my feed pets for this morning just so you could see the list in its full form. Now, don't worry, I did actually feed my dogs and my cats this morning, but I walk the dog every day at 5 after work. I feed them dinner every day at 6. I have to clear out the cat litter box every 2 days. I use the grinder on my dog's nails. You'll see with these, so I've set all of these tasks up. Now, a lot of these tasks are things that I do. Like I repeat them. So for the grinding the dog's nails, it's due today, and I have it set to repeat on the 26th of every month. I do this monthly. So I've got this repeat date here set just to happen every month. So this will show up in my task list every single month when it's due. So then, like replace the cat water filter. I actually have to do that every month as well. So I have that one set to repeat. I've got to change that one in 2 days. And then doggy baths, of course. You've got to bathe your animals. I try to do every 2 weeks. And it says every 2 weeks on a Monday because it's due on the 29th, which is a Monday. So I have that set every 2 weeks. And so every time you see this on your calendar, like this will show up every day on your calendar. Since I have it set to repeat every day, it'll show up on my calendar every single day. Feeding the pets. It really helps me to see everything that I've got to do. And as I check them off and finish them, it takes it off of the list. So I know, yeah, I did feed the pets, and I know what I have to do that day. But again, the projects are so helpful for things like this. If you want to create another project, what you'll do is you will go back into your projects list here. And then you're going to select the plus sign. You'll give the project a title here, and then you'll pick the color for your project. You can pick, I prefer the parallel next action handling, but there's also sequential, which is the GTD. If you prefer that, you can have it there. But I like to create a project for things like this because, like I said, you go right in here to pet stuff and you've got everything listed here that you've got to do. And it shows up on your calendar as well when, you need those things to show up. So like, let's see, today I've got to walk the dog. I have to feed the pets dinner. I've got to clean the litter box today, and I'm doing the grinder on my doggy's nails today, but it just shows up right there on the calendar. You can complete those tasks in the project list, or you can complete them right here, either way, but it makes it so much easier to see what you have to do that day, keeping up with all of the pet stuff that you have to do, especially if you're like me and you have a dog and a cat, or you've got, a dog, a cat, and like fish or hamsters or whatever. This just makes it a lot easier to keep up with, since there are so many things that go into owning a pet. This is just a couple of ways that make keeping track of all of that stuff a lot easier.